Welcome to the now. I hope you're enjoying yourself now. I hope you're happy now. Thanks for tuning in. I am rereading the magnificent book that is The Courage to be Disliked. I've been getting a little feedback as to my rapidity at showing you the actual book. So here you go, a little longer, so you can see the name of the book, the authors, so on and so forth. Haha. All I'd like to bring up in the now is this little excerpt with respect to the actual root word, the Greek word for good. And might not be pronouncing it the appropriate way, but it doesn't matter. Agathon. And apparently it doesn't have a moral meaning. It just means beneficial. Conversely, the word for evil, kakon, means not beneficial. And so even though the world, as the philosopher continues, is rife with injustices and misdeeds of all kinds, there is not one person who desires evil in the purest sense of the word. World as well, but word in this sentence. And so to say no one desires things that are not beneficial. And in this excerpt, the youth kind of retorts by saying, what does this have to do with me? And here it is. Are you listening? Listen. At some stage in your life, you chose being unhappy. It's not because you were born into unhappy circumstances or ended up in an unhappy situation. It's that you judged being unhappy to be good for you or beneficial. And the rebuttal goes, why, what for? And the philosopher continues, how do you justify this? Why did you choose to be unhappy? There's no way of knowing the specific answer or details. Well, in this excerpt, basically all he's mentioning is that as they continue to debate the whole notion of being happy now and how simple it is to be happy now and make the best of your moment now, that it'll become clear. And the youth replies, you're really trying to make a fool of me, and you think this passes for philosophy. And basically he states that he can't accept it at all. Meh! Oh, sorry, I'm noticing now in the moment that I'm getting a phone call. So, peace out. Thanks for tuning in. And no, that's not true. Haha. If it's important, then I'll get to it in the later now. I want to stay in the now and just mention one thing as I put this over here so I don't lose my page. I read today on Pinterest, on that home feed, another really inspiring little statement that ties into what I just read. And it basically stated that if the negative thoughts come, let them come. Stop in the now fighting them and choose to cultivate what you want now. My example of this is I still to this day have non-beneficial thoughts. Let's put it that way. And when they come, I have this kind of automatic pattern of initially I'm like, no, I'm not thinking about these things. No, c'est pas moi, blah, blah. And then as opposed to continuing to fight it and deny it and not let it through, I've been getting into the habit of breathing when I realize that I've jumped onto the train of non-beneficial thoughts. And then as soon as I can, I try to focus on the train of positive thought or beneficial thought. And I jump onto it as soon as I can. So if I am walking down the street and I cross someone's path and I smile and they don't smile back, I still have the immediate automatic reaction of feeling like I might have done something wrong, or that the person saw something in me that was not appropriate. And for me, that is the non beneficial thinking pattern. And so as soon as I realize that I am on that bandwagon, I breathe and then I jump onto beneficial thought pattern, beneficial train of thought, which is, I hope you have a nice day, friend, or something along those lines. And it's as easy as that. It might sound far-fetched, but personally, oh, what a blessing. What a blessing it's been. And in some instances, it happens innately, and in others, it's still an adventure. And that's exactly what it needs to be now. So it's all in your hands. Maybe it is that at certain point, some habit, some behavior, some thought pattern, some action was beneficial. Now, maybe that's not the case anymore. And granted, we live in an environment here. I personally am in North America. I'm in the greater region of Montreal, Laval, and I've noticed in, does not necessarily matter what time frame, but I've noticed that there is this greater emphasis on what's wrong and what's not right and what's an issue and what's a problem. But that's one way of seeing things. And personally, it's no longer beneficial to me to see things that way. On the contrary, it has become extremely beneficial for me to see the world as presence, everything happening in perfect harmony, like a dance. And there's so many different styles of dances that you can combine into one. As long as there's movement, as long as there's breath, there's possibility. So thank you again and again and again for tuning in. Feel free to comment below. Definitely like, subscribe, share, and just stay true to you in the now. There'll be more. Keep tuning in. Greatly blessed. Have a magnificent now. Peace out.